There are 4 pop tops hitting the Snowy River range, and this one here, the 18-foot family, is what I think is going to be the best seller. And why? Because it's so affordable at just over 60 grand, and it's built with the same composite floors, wall and ceiling as the full Snowy range. Plus it has the right blend of appliances and accessories that I think will suit a family buying their first new van. Let's check it out. Since 2015, when Snowy River launched, they've used an alloy framed composite panel construction called Allopex. The alloy frame inside the 32mm thick walls and roof are there to give support around windows, AC units and the door frame, and to allow wires to be easily routed. The panels are skinned in fiberglass, which is great at reflecting heat and looks smart. The floor is the same composite panel but thicker at 45mm. It's well known that using panels like these is great for insulation and sound deadening, but I know what you're thinking. This is a pop top, so all of the insulation is gone as soon as you pop it, right? Well, kind of. Snowy have used a twin-skinned vinyl for the bit that pops, and although yes, you'll still leak heat and let a bit of sound in, don't forget that when underway and all sealed up, the inside of the van will stay cool in the hot sun, meaning less strain on the fridge and a better environment when you first pull up. Now the chassis is 100 by 50mm box section, and the A-frame a beefy 150 by 50mm. And we'll have a look at how it's built when we poke around under it. But what about that layout? Up front is an east-west bed of almost 2 meters long, and down the back a pair of bunks. Now in between is a small dinette, and in the back there is a shower over toilet. Now some people won't like the shower over toilet, but you have to compromise when you're having such a small van. Now there are 11 GPOs found throughout this van, but they will not run off the single 100 amp hour battery because there is no inverter. You'll need to be plugged into mains power. But there are, however, a number of 12-volt chargers or charging options found throughout the van as well, so you can keep your devices charged easily. The fridge is a 150-litre Thetford, and there is a Dometic stove and a microwave for a bit of cooking options. And the bunks are 1.8 meters long, so will accommodate a growing family. In the shower over toilet is a Dometic ceramic cassette toilet, which with a family of 4 will probably need emptying after 2 or 3 days. So option a second cassette if you plan for more than a few nights off-grid. Now speaking of off-grid, this van is not set up for hardcore off-grid living, but it does have 190 litres of water capacity, which is a hell of a lot for an 18-foot van, and there is an option for a grey water tank. Now it has a single 100 amp hour lithium battery, which is fed by 360 watts of solar power on the roof. Now taking that into account, you should have no problem running the fridge, the LED lights and charging devices on the road. And if you thought you needed more, you could option on a second battery. Now the hot water service is a Fagati instant gas, which is fed by a pair of 9 kilo bottles in the front, which also feed the stove inside. So taking all of it into account, including the cassette toilet, you're looking at 2 to 3 days off-grid between holiday parks without any trouble. A lot of vans come jacked up high in the sky with massive suspension and big tyres. And honestly, I don't think you need it 95% of the time. This van runs on torsion suspension. Now it is independent. It looks like a solid axle, but inside that are 2 rubber springs that allow each wheel to move independently. Now this means the van sits a bit lower, which means it will tow a lot more steady, a lot more safely and easily, and it's a lot easier to get in and out of. Now each of these axles is rated to 1800 kilos, which gives this van a combined 3000 kilo ATM. And you can actually upgrade it to 3.5 ton, which will give you a frankly crazy 1400 kilo payload. There is a 12-foot Aussie Traveller awning which covers the outside well. You can option on things like an anti-flap kit from Snowy River directly, or you could always add them later. There is a tunnel boot for chairs and tables, and a gas bayonet and 230 volt outlet for cooking outside. On the back is a rear vision camera, which is great to see standard. There is decent stone protection in alloy checker plate, and you can option on a stone guard or a bike rack onto the A-frame if wanted. A great thing about a pop top is the lower roof height means lower air resistance, which means a more economical tow, but weight also plays a part. Now this van has an incredible 910 kilo payload or a 3,000 kilo ATM, so you will need a decent tow rig to pull it. Now we've been using this late model Everest, which is a great fit for a family. Plenty of room in the back, lots of space to put gear behind that second row of seats, or you can use it as a 7-seater. Now fuel consumption wise, you're looking around high 14s, low 15s with this 3-litre V6 equipped Everest. I reckon you get a little bit better with some dual cabs, but again, lower roof height, less air resistance, more economical. In terms of value for money, it is really hard to beat a Snowy, but the SRP-18F doesn't have it its own way. There are a lot of other imports, particularly from the camper trailer area, pushing into caravans that compete with this model. But where it really stands out is its width and its internal layout. It has a lot of space for a family. If you are a family looking for your first pop top, this should be at the top of your list. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our review or you think we missed a thing or two, let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more caravan reviews and tow tests.